Have you ever received one of those scam emails that just feels a little too real? The grammar is perfect, it knows your name, it refers to something plausible, and for a split second, you almost click the link.
It's happening more and more. The old days of phishing emails filled with spelling mistakes and obviously fake Nigerian prince stories are long gone. And the reason they're getting so good is, you guessed it, artificial intelligence.
Exactly. AI, specifically large language models, or LLMs, the tech behind things like ChatGPT, can write incredibly convincing human-like text, which is fantastic for writing essays or poems, but it's also a powerful new tool for cybercriminals.
And that's the problem we're tackling today. How do you stop an AI that's been weaponized to trick you? Well, a new paper proposes a really clever solution that's less about building a wall and more about planting a secret spy.
Welcome to Daily Papers, the podcast where we break down the latest research into bite-sized, understandable chunks. Today's paper is called Paladin, Defending LLM-enabled Phishing Emails with a New Trigger Tag Paradigm.
So let's set the scene. Imagine you're a cybercriminal. You want to send out 1 million phishing emails. Instead of writing them yourself, you just tell an AI, write me a super convincing email pretending to be from HR, telling employees they need to click a link to update their payroll information.
The AI spits out a perfectly crafted, professional email. No typos, no weird phrasing. It's tailored and persuasive. Old security filters that look for bad grammar are completely useless against this. It's a huge problem.
Now, you might be thinking, don't the companies that make these AIs put safety features in them? And you're right, they do. They try to train them not to respond to malicious requests. But here's the catch. Many of these powerful AI models are open source.
And open source means that anyone, including our cybercriminal, can download the entire model and mess with its internal wiring. They can perform something called malicious fine-tuning, which is basically a process of retraining the AI to forget all its safety rules. They can strip out the guardrails and turn a helpful AI into a dedicated phishing email writing machine.
This is where Paladin comes in. The researchers realized that trying to stop a determined attacker from removing safety features is a losing battle. So they asked a different question. What if instead of trying to prevent the AI from writing the phishing email, we could force it to secretly tell on itself every time it does?
I love this idea. It's like a secret agent embedded inside the AI. The core concept is what the paper calls a trigger tag system. Let's break that down. A trigger is a prompt or request related to a malicious topic, something like generate a phishing email.
And the tag is a hidden secret marker that the AI is trained to automatically insert into the email whenever it sees that trigger. This tag could be something as simple as an invisible character, like a 0 with space, or a more complex statistical pattern in the words it chooses.
So the Paladin system would work in the real world. A big tech company develops a new open source AI model. Before releasing it to the public, they use the Paladin method to instrument it. They secretly train it to associate phishing-related triggers with these hidden tags.
Then our cybercriminal comes along and downloads this very model. They think they're getting a standard, powerful AI. They do their malicious fine-tuning to make it write phishing emails, but they probably won't even notice this secret trigger tag training that's baked deep inside.
So the criminal tells the AI, write an urgent security alert from a bank. The AI does it and writes a very convincing email. But because the prompt was a trigger, the AI also, without the criminal knowing, embeds the secret tag into the text.
That email then gets sent out. But now, email security systems, which have been told what to look for, can easily scan for this tag. They see the secret marker and immediately know this is an AI-generated phishing email, and poof, it's blocked before it ever reaches your inbox.
The beauty of this is that it doesn't interfere with the AI's normal, everyday use. If you ask it to write a poem about a cat, it just writes a poem about a cat. No tag. But the moment it's used for something malicious that it was trained to recognize, it becomes its own tattletale.
The researchers tested this extensively. They looked at 2 main types of triggers and tags. First are explicit ones. This is where the criminal literally types phishing email in the prompt, and the AI inserts a simple and visible character as the tag. This is super effective and easy to detect.
But criminals are sneaky. They might use an implicit trigger, phrasing their request cleverly to avoid suspicious words. For example, write an email about an urgent invoice that needs to be paid by clicking a link. The intent is phishing, but the trigger words aren't there.
To handle this, the researchers also developed implicit tags. These are much subtler. The tag isn't a single character, but a faint statistical watermark in the way the words are arranged. It's much harder for an attacker to find and remove, but also a bit harder for security systems to detect. The key is that Paladin provides options for this cat and mouse game.
So the big question, did it work? The results are really impressive. The Paladin method achieved over 90% detection accuracy for these AI-generated phishing emails. It was stealthy, meaning it didn't mess up the AI's normal responses, and it was robust.
Robustness is key. The researchers even simulated an attacker trying to use malicious fine-tuning to remove the tags, and the Paladin system held up incredibly well. The secret training was just too deeply embedded for the attacker to easily erase.
What's so clever about this paper is the shift in thinking. It accepts that bad actors will always try to misuse powerful tools. Instead of trying to build an impenetrable fortress, Paladin turns the attacker's own tool against them, making sure that anything malicious they create comes with its own self-destruct signal.
It's a proactive defense. It's not waiting for a scam email to look suspicious. It's ensuring that the very tool used to create the scam also creates the evidence to stop it. It's a fascinating look into the future of cybersecurity, where the fight against malicious AI might just be won with smarter AI.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Papers.